Hello, welcome to Chanjal's World. I'm Chanjal and today I'm here with a book review. The book I'm going to review today is an autobiography, and I would state it as the most emotional book I have ever read. So before getting into the review, let me remind you that we do have a blog, chanjalsworld.com, wherein all my paintings, my sketches, my stories, my poetries, write-ups, vlog, reviews, everything is inculcated into. If you wish to contact me, we do have a contact me page wherein you can leave your feedback, suggestions, criticisms. If you have any inquiries, please do feel free to leave it. If you want me to review any particular book, you can leave a request and I will definitely get back to the review. The book I chose to review today is an autobiography by an Indian American neurosurgeon doctor, Dr. Paul Kalanithi. Unfortunately, this book was published 10 months after Dr. Paul Kalanithi passed away. He has written only this book, apart from innumerous essays and articles he has published during his lifetime. His book was named When Breath Becomes Air. The book starts from Paul Kalanithi's childhood when he was relocated with his family by his father from New York to Arizona. His father was also a doctor and he was literally absent from the family because of his duties. And watching his father absolutely being absent in the family because of him being a doctor, Paul never wanted to be a doctor himself. Meanwhile, Arizona at that time was considered a state which was least educated in the country. And this worried his mother, who encouraged her kids to start reading. Along his days, he came across this book written by Jeremy Levin, inculcated a curiosity into Paul regarding neuroscience. He later on got his degree in English literature and human biology. And then he realized there is much more for him to learn, and that is how he enrolled himself into med school's Yale. This is where he meets his future wife, Lucy Kalanithi. Through his med schools, he realized that a doctor-patient relationship is a perfect example to love, death, and mortality. During his 6th year of residency in neurosurgery, he felt like he found his place in this world. But unfortunately, this was the year that changed his life. He was diagnosed with 4th stage lung cancer. This part of the book is where he expresses his emotional journey from his symptoms to revelation. The journey from how you are someone who saves someone's life to you becoming someone who needs to be saved. So that was quite hard, and actually the book describes quite well on how hard the situation had hit on Paul Kalanithi. And then definitely he consulted an oncologist who starts her treatment. And then initially he wanted to be treated like a consultant because of course it is a stage of denial, because he is meant to save someone's life and not be someone who needs to be saved. So the emotional part of the book, I guess the most emotional part was where his family helps him in this transition from a consultant to a patient, and where he accepts that yes, now he is a patient. That was quite emotional, I would say. And then the treatment subsides his symptoms, and then he was feeling better. He gets back to surgery, but then had to indefinitely retire because his health started deteriorating much stronger now. And on his regular checkups, he realized that his cancer had worsened. And then, with a heavy heart, obviously, his oncologist had to give him an estimation of the time left for him. Well, In between, Paul Kalanithi does have small, beautiful moments where he becomes a father. But overall, it was a very, very emotional book, I would say, because there was times where I literally cried reading the book. Probably because I guess Paul Kalanithi knew he was about to die, and so he had poured his soul into the book, and it is absolutely evident when you read through the book. This was New York's best selling, I mean, it's obvious. And if you actually look into the ratings are quite high. So, this being a very emotional book, I would definitely recommend it to every one of you, even if you don't understand medical terms. This book is quite strong to have a connection, to actually realize, make us realize that we are not what we seem or what we make us to be. Ultimately, we are normal human beings, and then the realization of us being just normal human beings, no matter how great things we do in life, is something that is quite touching and strong. Talking about the style of writing, I would say it's a very strong book, with a perspective sort of writing. Obviously, it's an autobiography, so it's meant to be in a perspective sort of writing. So this style of writing helped me realize the exact emotions Dr. Paul Kalanithi underwent since his childhood to his deathbed. So, to be very honest, empathizing someone's feeling from childhood to his deathbed is a journey which basically helps you realize a lot of things to yourself as well, because you are being that person who basically knows you will be dying in a certain period of time when you're reading through the characters, and that is when you realize a lot of things about yourself as well. That is my experience, I would say. And yes, I read this book in one stroke. I would say it took me the whole night. I guess I started reading somewhere around 10 or something till next day morning 8. I did not realize the time. I was so engrossed in the book that I realized after finishing the book that I was literally reading throughout the night. So, of course, if you want the full effect of the book, I would definitely recommend you to read through the book in one stroke. But otherwise, yeah, you can read it in parts. This book has an epilogue written by Lucy Kalanithi, her point of view on how her husband fought this cancer and finally had to, give up the battle. So, definitely a recommendation, because this has also awakened me as a person, awakened a lot of realizations that helped me be a better human, I would say. So, definitely a recommendation. Though it's an emotional book, it is the only book you can read by Dr. Paul Kalanithi. An amazing person, an amazing life he had, I would say. A warrior, I would call. He passed away at the age of 37 in the year 2015. I hope his family moves on, and I'm cherishing the beautiful memories he has left for them. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you soon with another video.